ورتل القرآن ترتيلا.
الحمد لله وحده والصلاة والسلام على من لا نبي بعده. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. رب زدني علما وألحقني بالصالحين. Assalam-u-Alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the 30th lesson of Quran Tajweed Course ورتل القرآن ترتيلا. Alhamdulillah, we have completed the MAKHRAJ of 28 letters of the Arabic alphabet. That means we are left with the MAKHRAJ of just one letter. But let me tell you that we don't have to learn the MAKHRAJ of just one letter. In fact, we have to learn the MAKHRAJ of 3 letters. You might be wondering if there are only 29 letters in the Arabic alphabet, including Alif, and we have already learned the MAKHRAJ of 28 letters. So we must be left with just one letter, and that should be Alif. But here I said that we have to learn the MAKHRAJ of 3 more letters. So where do the other 2 letters come from? That's right. We're just left with the MAKHRAJ of Alif as a letter of the alphabet. But the MAKHRAJ of Alif happens to be the MAKHRAJ of 2 more letters in a special condition. And those letters in a special condition are Waw Maddah and Ya Maddah. Okay? So we have to learn the MAKHRAJ of 3 huruful madd today. Alif Maddah, Ya Maddah and Waw Maddah. We have had a detailed discussion on huruful madd in lesson number 11. There we had discussed how these huruful madd are formed and what are the conditions for Alif, Waw and Ya to be Maddah. If you want, you can still watch that lesson by clicking this I button above. Let me quickly remind you what these huruful madd are. Alif, Waw and Ya are called huruful madd if or when they are sakin, meaning they have a jazm sign on them, and the letter before each of them or preceding each of them has a specific harakah or vowel sign on it. The vowel sign on the letter before Alif should be Fatha. Before Ya, it should be Kasra. And before Waw Sakin, it should be a Dhamma. So, in these conditions, Alif being without any sign and having a Fatha before it, Ya being sakin and having a kasrah before it, and Waw being sakin having a dhamma before it. These 3 letters are called huruful madd. The sound of these huruful madd can be elongated without distorting their properties. Okay? Like U, Ri, La, etc. Now the makhraj of these 3 huruful madd or 3 long vowels is al-jawf. So which place is this jawf? Al-jawf huwa al-khala'u ad-dakhilu fil fam. Al-jawf is the empty space within our mouth. Here, this space. Okay? From this empty space or air within our mouth, these 3 huruful madd or long vowels are articulated. That is Alif Maddah, Ya Maddah and Waw Maddah. Even though these 3 huruful madd are articulated from one place, their manner of articulation differs. For example, when we articulate Alif Maddah, our mouth and tongue are in a neutral or a natural position like ba, da, na, sha, etc. When we produce Waw Maddah, our lips become round. and the root of our tongue raises up. Although we cannot feel this raising of our tongue, but we can very well see the rounding of our lips in waw madda. Okay? Watch it here. Oo, boo, loo, shoo. Likewise, when we articulate ya madda, our lower jaw or lower lip retracts or drops down, and the mid of our tongue raises up. Here again, we can hardly feel this raising of our tongue, but we can very well see the retraction of our jaw, like E, G, Fi, Mi, etc. So these three huruful mad are articulated with al-jawf, with some different properties and manners of articulation in each case. Okay? By the way, this word jawf means a cave, as this empty space inside our mouth, here, it looks like a cave. That is why it is called al-jawf, the cave, or jawful fam, the cave of our mouth. One of the most prominent properties of these huruful mad is that their articulation does not end at any specific point in our mouth. For example, if we have to ascertain the makhraj of fa, we will say af, or if. Then we would conclude that the makhraj of fa is between the mid of our lower lip and the edge of our upper incisors, right? But here, in case of huruful mad, we cannot ascertain the makhraj like this, because we don't have an end point here in these huruful mad, where we can pinpoint that the voice stopped here, so this is the makhraj of alif madda, ya madda, or waw madda. In fact, these huruful mad can be extended to any length without destroying their properties, as they don't have a specific endpoint. Watch here, for instance. Oo, ba, na, ri, fu, si, etc. When we say that they can be extended to any length, it does not mean that we have to elongate them unnecessarily. No. In fact, the length of mad or elongation is decided by the preceding or following letter or sign. It is pre-recommended in every situation. We will definitely learn that in a future lesson, inshallah. Here, I just wanted to make this point that these huruful mad can be elongated if we want to. And this elongation does not do any harm to the properties of these huruf. Or simply, we can say that they are not distorted by lengthening, unlike other letters. So these huruful mad or long vowels are articulated with empty space or air within our mouth, called al-jawf. Okay? Now let's pick some verses and phrases from the Holy Quran and see some huruful mad highlighted in them. As I read these huruful mad, repeat after me and try to articulate these huruful mad exactly as I do, with free flow and ease. So let's get a mushaf and start with ta'awuz and tasmiyah. Okay?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
See here, even in ta'awuz and tasmiyah, we can see huruful mad. See, in a'udhu, this waw, it's a waw madda, because it is sakin and it has got a dhammah before it. Then the next harful mad is in billah, this alif in the middle of Allah, It is also harful mad, that is alif madda. It's a miniature form of alif madda. We have learned the miniature forms of huruful mad in lesson number 13. If you want, you can watch them here. And then minash shayta. This alif after the ta is alif madda because it has no diacritic sign on it and the letter before it has a fatha on it. And then the last harful mad in ta'awuz is this ya because it is sakin and it has got a kasrah before it on the letter jim. Now let's move to the tasmiyah. In tasmiyah again we have got a few huruful mad. This miniature alif in the middle of Allah, it is alif madda, and then this next miniature alif on top of mim in ar-Rahman, it is alif madda, and then the next harful mad is this ya at the end after ha. It has got a jazm sign on it and it has a kasrah before it, so it is one more harf madda in tasmiyah. Next ayah. قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ. See here, in this verse, we have got three huruful mad. This miniature alif over ya, it's an alif madda. And then this miniature alif over kaf, it is alif madda. And then this waw before noon, it is again waw madda because it is sakin and it has got a dhammah before it, right? Next verse. وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ أَفْوَاجًا. Here again, we have got a few huruful mad in this verse. The first harf mad is this alif after noon. The second one is this waw after lam in yadkhuluna. And then the next one is this ya after fa. Then the next one is again this ya after dal. Then we have got miniature alif in Allah. And then we have got this alif after waw. And then we have got this alif at the end. Here a rule of stopping applies. That is why we don't read this tanween over this jim. Instead we read this alif at the end. We will certainly learn more about this rule in a future lesson, inshallah. النَّارِ ذَاتِ الْوَقُودِ. Here in this verse we've got 1, 2, 3 huruful mad, right? This alif after noon, this alif after dal, and then this waw after the letter qaf. وَالتِّينِ وَالزَّيْتُونِ. Here we have got 2 huruful mad. This ya after the letter ta. And وَالزَّيْتُونِ, this waw at the end before noon, it is again a waw madda because it is sakin and it has a dhammah before it, right? There are umpteen instances of huruful mad on each page of the Holy Quran. But due to limitation of time, we cannot read all of them here. I just wanted to show you some instances and how to read these huruful mad with free flow and ease. With that said, let's end this lesson here with a promise to see you again with another beautiful concept of tajweed, inshallah. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين والمسلمات. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.